It is iHeartRadio. It's Lollapalooza 2013. We're sitting down with lots of bands like Miss Mr. MSMR. Ms. Mr. or Miss Mr.
Miss Mr.
Miss Mr.
Yes.
I like it because there's a man and a lady.
Thank you.
You guys have the greatest names, Lizzy Plappinger and Max Hirschenau.
Yes,
That's
quite
right.
regal.
They're very 20s, you see?
We've often said that if Miss Mr. goes tits up, we will start a law firm with our last names.
Hirschenau and Plappinger, taking
Plappinger.
the legal matters to this world.
Don't take the law into your own hands.
We'll
Or
be
do.
advertising in a subway near you.
We don't care. Oh, I love Subway advertisements.
Oh.
Yeah, who's Dr. Zoingo?
Yes.
He's
Yeah.
really doing great
is he
work.
the
I mean, if I ever have a
dermatologist?
bunion, you know, I know exactly where to go.
I think he's been there for 25
You
years.
need
Hasn't
bunion
changed
removal.
anything.
He's our man.
That's yeah. And sometimes Subway advertisements are controversial. Have you ever thought of doing a sexually explicit ad for your band?
We
Never
haven't,
say
but
never.
We're open.
Are you
We are-
from?
We are mildly / very much explicit
Are you
in
from New
general.
York?
We are
Live
indeed.
there.
Yeah.
Both?
Yeah.
From New York City?
As from New York City as you can be.
No, I mean, no
you
one's
know?
really from New York. I mean,
My
there's
friend
some
Mike
people
Powers
who
is.
are. There's some people who are, and they will tell you they're from New York.
Yeah.
But we are. We've adopted New York as,
Yeah.
as
Where
our
are you?
own.
Where were your formative years?
Mine were in Idaho, Honduras, and Ecuador.
Weird.
And mine was London. Grew up in London, England.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you British?
I am a dual citizen.
That's fun. Do you have British parents?
No, my parents are American, but my dad worked for a New York law firm, and he went and worked for the English company before I was born. And then
And you were
spent
born in London?
Born and raised. I was 18.
Oh my goodness! And
She's
that's
like-
when you went to Vassar.
Yes.
Your parents must have been so happy when you got into a good college.
They were so happy. Well, my dad was in the first class of boys at Vassar College, so
No way.
it even added another dimension of like pride to their
So
lives.
your legacy.
We're legacy.
What did you study there?
I did media studies.
I did urban studies.
And
So
can
both
you
very
build a
classic
city?
liberal arts.
I did urban studies, but with foci in architectural design and dance.
So you
With
can dance
sort of-
around with a bunch of 2x4s and
So that's sort of
Make it rain
sort
in
of
Detroit?
What it is, yeah, pretty much.
that's
Yeah.
beautiful. And
Yeah.
and how did you guys meet and start making music? I love your voice, by the way. It's throaty.
Thank
It's-
you.
it's
Do you ever?
throaty.
Do you ever?
Manish?
Yeah.
No, not at
No,
all.
thank you.
No, I would have said mannish. Please trust me on that. No,
I-
no, it's actually very sexy.
I-
You have a sexy lady voice.
I think throaty is a really good adjective. I think that's
No,
good.
yeah, for a woman. Like
Yeah,
you want to
yeah.
be husky.
What
you
kind of
don't wanna
music
be
do you make?
shrill.
Throaty alt pop.
30 alt pop, yeah. our new genre.
I'd like to cast you in Annie. Ah, summer coming.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Remember, like, she has a drug problem.
Do you ever lose your voice because of its lowness?
Yes, but I've
Used
gotten
to.
much better. Yeah.
Did you have to sing differently?
Well, I wasn't a singer before this project. Who knows if I still am a singer. So I've actually started taking vocal lessons this past year.
Yeah.
And so now I feel like a little bit more professional. And so I used to be able to, sing a show, and the next day you could even tell what I'd sung. And now
We
I'm
ne-
sort of hitting my stride. I can keep it for a while.
We never used to do like more than 3 shows in a row, and this past run we did 7, and Lizzy was fine. So,
Oh,
yeah,
mercy.
That's
yeah.
true.
Secondhand Rapture is your debut album.
It is.
What is Secondhand Rapture? Is that feeling the Lord through someone else?
I
Wow, some people
love
have
that.
interpreted
I
it like
love
but
that.
That's not what we intended.
Secondhand Rapture is, well, 2 parts. Secondhand part is sort of about, we're endlessly fascinated by sort of the digital world we live in, and that's sort of how we wrote the album, and how we consume music.
Also sort of mediated our relationships and
Right.
experiences on like a personal level.
So
Yeah.
the idea is that secondhand, and your experiences are sort of mediated secondhand in that way. But there's this sort of sense of intimacy that comes from that, and maybe it's a false sense of intimacy, or maybe it's real. I think we're still figuring that out. So the Rapture sort of touches on that sort of sense of endlessness, but like really close endlessness.
Okay, but the interesting thing is, the Rapture is supposed to be an unmediated, like fully mystical
Totally.
union, which Secondhand makes it super funny.
It is
Yeah.
funny, but also the Rapture, like the first sort of release of demos we did was on this EP called Go City USA, and we recorded it the weekend of the Rapture was supposed to happen.
Huh.
And we sort of been shrouded in apocalyptic doom, sort of recording the record in
Yeah.
2011 before 2012. And so that's also sort of a tongue-in-cheek, wink, wink, nudge, nudge for us, because it
We're
was a
still
very
here.
specific time and place that we wrote this record, and I think we were very, very influenced by the fact that we were living in sort of this manic and unsure and sensitive time period of
Yeah.
change, and definitely environmental change and directly contributed to Hurricane, obviously.
But you've also got these, at times dark, very personal lyrics
Very dark.
and like music that's like wiggle-a-doo, which I think is great.
I
Well,
really like to
that's-
keep you guessing.
I
think
love a
that's the idea.
juxtaposition.
Yeah, exactly.
As do we, and I think our best and sort of most successful songs have come from the ones where we've set up this two really seemingly incompatible things, and
Yes.
then figured out a way to make them make sense together. I think those are the ones that we've sort of pushed ourselves in.
Like cement and
the best
sausage.
direction. Like cement and
Wow.
sausage.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
I think there's a songwriter in you.
I usually hide my poetry, but
Let it shine, girl.
if
Is
there's one
is that
person, what's
a
that? Go
common phrase, or is that you just come up with that on
cement
the
and
spot?
sausage. No,
Cement and sausage.
I thought of two things that are very different.
I
and
really like that.
You can have it.
I think you
okay.
should really explore that.
yeah.
Next.
No, if you want to explore the
Album-
themes
album
of
number two,
cement and
Cement and
sausage.
Sausage.
Matt, that's what we're calling the next record. Got it.
That's funny. All right, okay, we have to go. We've been wrapped.
Okay.
Ms. Mister.
So nice to meet you.
Oh, it's so nice to meet you
Nice
too.
to meet you.
Yes, there's great excitement about your music all over the known world.
I'm really glad. It's nice to
I can
hear.
tell you that firsthand. All right, keep it right here on iHeartRadio.com. Lollapalooza.